Hi, my name is Delia and I'm a sophomore media studies and production major here at Temple. I know that going into college can be very overwhelming. It's a new place with new people, new classes, new experiences, and it feels like you're doing it all on your own. But I promise you, you're not, because today I want to tell you 10 things that I wish I knew before coming to college. Hopefully some of these tips can make starting college feel a little bit less overwhelming. So the first thing I want to talk about is that it is okay if you don't know what you want to do. I know when you're in high school, it is grilled into you that once you turn 18, you have to know exactly what you want to do with the rest of your life. If anything, college is an amazing opportunity to discover what your interests are and discover what you actually do want to do with your life. I know people who have changed their major and then changed it back to their original major, people who didn't declare their major for a while. Temple University has a gen ed program which allows you to try all kinds of different topics, learn all kinds of different things so that you can decide what you're actually interested in. It could be a chance to discover what you might be interested in pursuing. For example, maybe you'll take advertising and globalization for one of your gen eds and decide that you want to be an advertising major. You can go onto the Temple University bulletin to see all the programs that Temple has to offer. I promise there's something for everyone. We have 160 undergraduate majors here at Temple, and you'll figure it out eventually. And even if you decide on something and you graduate with that degree, you can still change what you want to do. The next thing I want to talk about is showing up to class and being present. I can promise you that most of the time it's easier to just go to class every week rather than trying to teach yourself all of the material via PowerPoint on Canvas the day before the midterm. It's worth it to just show up. Most of my professors have had really engaging classes where I feel like I'm actually really learning something and I can actually really take something away from that. And if I didn't show up to class, I wouldn't have gained that. And that's why you're here. You're here to engage with conversation with your peers and your professors. So you have to show up in order to do that. Also, skipping class very easily becomes a habit. Once you skip once, it just goes downhill from there. So just avoid it at all costs. Of course, if you're sick or you have a reason to not be in class, then don't go. The next thing I want to talk about is being smart when you're making your schedule. Now, I don't want to be one of those people who tells you, don't take 8 a.m.s, don't take 8 a.m.s, because I think if you're the right type of person for it, 8 a.m.s can actually be a great thing. But for some people, 8 a.m.s are a horrible idea and you'll never show up. You'll never go because you'll sleep through it. Really try to be honest with yourself and think about what type of person you are and what type of schedule you kind of typically run on. I know for me personally, I like to get my classes done early in the day, and I cannot really do classes after 4 p.m. Everybody's different, so just be mindful of how you operate when you're making your schedule. Luckily, Temple holds classes from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., so there's a pretty big variety of times that you can choose to take classes. This one is very important, and that is to be involved. Your college experience is really what you make of it. I know that getting involved can be very overwhelming at first because there's so many different things you can be a part of. I know when I was a freshman, I didn't even know where to start. If you do one thing, it will lead to other opportunities. So you just have to start with just one thing. Temple students can explore clubs and organizations on Owl Connect. Temple has 330 plus clubs and organizations. Make sure you attend involvement fairs such as Temple Fest or Klein Fest, and get to talking with people who run these organizations and who are a part of these organizations. Don't stay in your dorm all day, get involved. So next I really want to talk about taking care of your health. I personally was sick like every other month my first year of college, so make sure that you're bringing the medicine you're going to need, cold medicine, ibuprofen, and then before you get to campus or when you get to campus, make sure you do some research on what health services are available and keep note of that because I promise you're probably going to need it. On Temple's main campus, student health services are available at 1700 North Broad Street. You can make appointments through the health portal. Additionally, Temple's mental health services can be found through Tuttleman Counseling Services. The Wellness Resource Center also has a lot of tools for you as well. If you get sick, don't procrastinate going to the doctor. If you don't confront your illnesses and sicknesses, it's just gonna get worse and last longer, and we don't want that. For For this next part of the video, I want to talk a little bit about budgeting. Now, I know everybody's situation is different, everybody's financial responsibilities are different, but my general advice to you is to just keep track of what you're spending. Just be mindful. I personally keep a spreadsheet where I track everything that I buy, and I also set budgets and limits for myself. One little tip I have is don't DoorDash or Uber Eats food to your dorm. It will become an addiction similar to skipping class, and it will take all of your money. That kind of leads into my next piece of advice, which is about food. You need to explore every single meal plan option that you have. Here at Temple, we have the J&H Dining Hall. We also have the Student Center, which has a couple of options. Chick-fil-A, Salad Works, Twisted Taco, Wingstop, BurgerFi, Zen. In the Morgan Hall food court, there are also a couple more options. There's Freshens, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express. At one of the gyms on campus, Star, there's also a Jamba Juice. We also have a Panera, and all of these locations take meal swipes. You're gonna get bored of the dining hall food pretty quickly, so make sure that you just try everything so that you have a lot of variety. Also, if you're struggling with any sort of food insecurity, make sure you check out the Cherry Pantry. It's located in the Student Center in 224A, and it's available for all students. One thing that I was really stressed out about and worried about before I came to college was making friends. Again, it can be very overwhelming because you're meeting so many new people at such a fast pace. You're going to find your people. There's so many people, especially here at Temple. There's so many different types of people with different interests. You're bound to find people that you share commonalities with. This goes back again to what I was talking about earlier, which is getting involved. That's a great way to meet people. I know I just made that sound a lot more simple than it actually is, but it all works out. If you can go off campus, definitely do. Explore the area. Specifically at Temple, we're located in Philadelphia, and I know a lot of people kind of just stay on campus, but you have access to explore the city. It's so easy. We literally have public transportation right here on campus. You can just go onto maps on your phone, put in a location, and it will show you how to get there via public transportation. If you only stay on campus, you're gonna start to feel a little bit like you're trapped in a bubble. I have really enjoyed spending time going out into the city, exploring different neighborhoods in Philadelphia. So you have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and leave campus. One final piece of advice I have is to take advantage of every single building on campus. So what I mean by this is even if you don't have a class in a certain building, just go there and use it as a study space. Even if you have no real reason to be in Cirque or to be in Annenberg, just go check it out. I don't have any classes in Tuttleman this semester, but I still really enjoy going in there because there's some really nice spaces where I can do work. I hope this video helped you out a little bit if you're an incoming college student.